Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Blue Mondays. I'm Mac Paladin, and I'm in a lot of fucking pain. But I got a doodle sitting next to me, so that makes it alright. That's right, there's... Hold on, let me get the dudes on camera here. Look at that magnificent animal. Isn't that right, doodles? The darkness calls too. Ah, Jesus. Hmm. Well, she's wheezing a little bit here. She's making this noise through her nose right now. Bubster. What's the matter, baby? You having rhinitis problems because of your feline herpes? Your FLIV? She was born with it. Dumb Scarlet, her mama, was infected. Passed it to all 8 of her kittens, of which Doodles was part of that big old litter. And now that she's older, see, she's got the black gunk in her eye, and she's been wheezing for a while. Yep, there we go. All right, back to this ugly asshole. Yeah, and that's why I keep making grunting noises every once in a while, is because, ouch. It's acting up right now, and I'm like, ah. But yeah. Let's get the right window selected here. Working on it. You sound really far away today. Yeah. Well, I hear your keyboard a lot louder than usual. My mouth, and I cannot scream. Hold up a minute here. I'm trying to adjust my lighting. Alright. What character did I play last week? I think I played Naraya. I played Naraya because I was doing the electric radiation control. Hmm. Alright, let's do Witchy Wizard. Haven't brought her on in a while. That's my beam rifle slash plant corruptor. Alright, I am in game. Let me change my screen here. There's that. And there's that. And now let me switch back to the game so I can actually accept your invite. And let me put on my glasses so I can actually see. I don't know, sometimes it's overrated. Take some drugs and eat some food here. Don't want to take too much of that. Yeah. Alright. Our Lady of Peace. Hmm. Hmm. Calm Plateau. Oh my god, were you guys in the door right behind where I was? That's hilarious. Okay. Oh, God. Trust me, guys, that was not a Jennifer Coolidge. Oh, God. That was a please take me now. Doodles. Alright, I will accept that. I have received a temporary power. Okay. What do you want, Doodles? Yeah, well, she jumped down, and then... Now, we also have an undocumented Tippy. Let me, get the camera on him. Tippy! There he is, he's looking now. He sits on the little dressing bench over here by the power station. Isn't that right, Tipster? Yep. The way he... Tippy! 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 He's looking at something suspiciously. No, he's looking away. There's no way you can see his eyes. I can't see his eyes. Tippy, come here, buddy. Where's Snowy? Where's the snow dog? Alright, this isn't working out. Yeah. Well, ain't that a motherfucker? Maybe if I... Ah, God. Okay. Neighborhood smells of shit. Okay. Got it. Alright, where are you guys destroying things? I see you running over here. With the beam rifle, Witchy does some damage. She's basically a galaxy. Yep. Every once in a while, I'll spray you with my plant love. Let me choke this bastard out. And now they won't be molesting you anymore because they're getting choked out by my vines. Yep. Alright, next. Watch the blues, the ass is safe. Which is a Final Fantasy XIV reference. Choke on this, you filthy animals. Everybody, everybody. Yep. Ah, I got Tesla caged. That's okay, I'm gonna choke them all out now. So, they're held and bouncing. This is my mission in life. I got a recipe. Is that like finding pulp in your orange juice? Alright, where are these dirty sons of bitches? Alright, fuck them. Let's choke this whole group out. Healing in the middle. Plant aura. And he exploded. I'm so glad that's back to being a toggle. Yep. Yeah. And then giving it like a 2-minute cooldown too. Mm-hmm. Finally. Yeah, it's back to a toggle with a 4-second cooldown. Well, I mean, I love playing Witchy Wizard. She's a pretty fucking rad character. I don't know what made me do beam rifle with plant control, or corruption, but holy shit, was this like an effective combo. It was for his Halloween door knocking stream. Yep, so I made her Halloween themed and minuscule. She's small but deadly. Like Mara Jade, she's a bad guy returned from the dark side. To become a full-fledged hero. Yep. Jump on in the pasture there, cowboy. You gotta get like just another inch or two closer so that way you get the benefit of the heals and still stay on the periphery. That was an explosive combination. Hold, please. Literally. Oh yeah, which island did you go to? Come on, I wanna lay ya. I had mushrooms growing out of a corpse. Everybody freeze! Everybody! Everybody! Apparently, Riker, you gave me a patrol XP booster that shields me from taking XP debt when I die. I decided to explode some of these guys. Ooh, witchy woman. Kill them all. Sure. I mean, when I hit him with the beam rifle like this, it's kind of hard to consider it arresting, unless it's a cardiac arrest. Right. You say potato, I say genocide. We're not the same. Oh, Lord. Choke on my vines, bitches! He may get back up, yes. He got launched. That guy got launched into the stratosphere. Yeah, and you got credited for taking him out too, so. Never mess with a supernatural Ghostbuster. I think with the way the beam rifle looks, it looks like the positron glider from Ghostbusters. Each one of us is carrying an unauthorized. What did he say? No, unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back. I blame myself. Yeah. He slimed me. Yeah. Actual physical contact! Can you move? Yeah. It just went down into a ballroom. I got it trapped in a ballroom. That's what he said. I got it trapped in a ballroom. Whoa, where did this guy come from? He tried to sneak up on me, but he ended up getting choked out instead. That's why I leave it on 24/7. Yep, because you didn't get credited with... Oh, well, he's just a tank. Ooh, I got him. I grabbed him. If you're confident and sure, raise your hand. Oh, where'd you guys go? Did you guys go up to the next one? Okay. I thought I was like right behind you and then you disappeared suddenly. Must have jumped into the gap. Mind the gap. Oh, we got some shit going on over here. And stay down, bitch. If you have access to Paramount Plus, I highly recommend Starfleet Academy. I think you'll like it. If you don't, then 1, 2, 3 movies, but you didn't hear that from me. They've got all the episodes. Right. I would have to say that Starfleet Academy is the most Star Trekky show of the Kurtzman era, except for the Euphoria, like, excessive use of cursing and referring to everybody as bitches. He tried to fly past me and then he got caught in my web. I mean, vines. But yeah, I've been enjoying Starfleet Academy immensely. And frankly, from the advertising, I really didn't understand what it was supposed to be at first. All I knew was that Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti were in it. Yeah. And then it came out, and I was like, oh, it's coming out January 15th. And the first episode was kind of generic. I hope they don't pull a Voyager and forget this part of the premise that they set up in the premiere. Because they made a big deal about having Tatiana Maslany in the show. And then she's in it for like 10 minutes and then isn't seen again until later in the season. Like, we're 4 episodes in and we haven't seen her again. There's an overarching mystery about her character's whereabouts. And that's how the main character ended up at Starfleet Academy, was basically he was invited by a magistrate to attend the academy, or face getting his limbs lopped off in prison on some unaligned world that happened to have an extradition treaty with the Federation. Coinky-dinky-ly. Yeah, there were some contrivances that you just have to ignore. But, like, in terms of the deep lore, in their effort to go to the 32nd century and get away from the deep lore, there is a hell of a lot of deep lore in this show. And part of that is because Holly Hunter's character is half Lanthanite, which was introduced in Strange New Worlds. Have you watched much of that? You said you liked it, right? Season 2 was pretty amazing. Season 3 was a little patchy. Yeah. Well, they took some big swings. They did an episode where they introduced a prototype of the holodeck that was a little weird, because it was very meta, because it was a very mean-spirited version of what actually happened during the filming of the original series. And Anson Mount played this version of Gene Roddenberry that was a absolutely lecherous pervert. He was a philanderer, but he was not a pervert that I know of. Or a weirdo, for that matter. Well, I mean, they were trying to differentiate the characters in the Holo novel from the actual people while still giving a nod wink to who they are. You know, and it was a little iffy. Watching Scotty run around, because they introduced Scotty in Season 2. Watching Scotty running around with cables wrapped around his arms, trying to keep the computer from overloading with the new Holo technology. How they resolved Captain Batel's storyline was kind of interesting too. Yep. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, Season 2 does have a crossover with Lower Decks. It's magnificent. Because Tawny Newsome and Jack Quaid actually got in costume as Mariner and Boimler. Well, it ended with the Gorn attack on that colony world that destroyed the Kyogre. Yep. And did you see the music? Did you see Subspace Rhapsody, the musical episode? Did you know that the guy who played Hemmer in Season 1 was actually the Klingon commander? Yep. Alright, then you did see Season 2, so you just need to get caught up on Season 3. But, yeah, Starfleet Academy is great because they brought in some legacy characters. Tig Notaro returns as Jet Reno from Discovery. Thank you. But yeah, Jet Reno is a recurring main character, and Robert Picardo comes back as the original Doctor from Voyager. And the first no, not Zimmerman. The actual Doctor program from the Starship Voyager. The character that we watched for 7 years on Star Trek Voyager. Only 800 years older. And the first thing he does is he's examining cadets, and this one girl walks up and says, "I think I swallowed my comm badge," and he goes, "Tricorder?" "Medical tricorder." Which was the very first gag he did in the pilot of Voyager. And that was an ad-lib that he asked if he could do. They're not wasting time with him either. He's not like a glorified cameo. He is considered main for the series. Yeah. Yeah, he gets last billing the way that William Shatner did on Boston Legal, or Denny Crane, and William Shatner as Denny Crane, you know. Also, what's her name? She's actually, I think she's a British comedian, but Gina Gashir, I think is her name, plays a half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar character named Laura Thok, and she's the executive officer and the cadet master, and she is fucking hilarious. She's like, "I can always spot the runner." She says, "They have shenaned once, they will shenan again." And you could tell that was a Tawny Newsome line too, because Tawny Newsome is in the writing room for the series. You can tell that was a line she script doctored in. There's no way it wasn't. Yeah, this is getting kind of frustrating. Yeah. But anyway, Pelia, the character, the Lanthanite in Strange New Worlds, Holly Hunter's character is half Lanthanite. So she's 422 years old, and she's a complete eccentric nut. And she's the captain of the Athena, as well as the Chancellor of Starfleet Academy. And she's like sitting in the chair, all cat-like, and she runs around barefoot, and she picks up like random drinks off of tables just to rattle people. And she's got this really interesting foot jewelry too. Yeah. There's this scene that keeps showing up on social media between Jet Reno and Laura Thok, and she's all... Apparently, they're a couple now. Yeah. And she runs up and she's like, we were supposed to have turducken tonight, but someone forgot to prep the replicator. Are you disrespecting dinner? She's like, let me make a reservation. What do you want? You know, and she starts rattling off different. She's like, I know, I'm sorry, kitten. I'll make a reservation. Where do you want? And she's like, I want French. But I also want, and she starts talking about some Klingon dishes, and she's like, all right, I'll make a reservation at I think it was Alley's or something like that was the name of the restaurant, and she's like, and then she pats Laura on the shoulder and says, where everything will brie all right. Yeah, and she goes, and she just goes, no, and she goes, love you, and she's like, also no. And she walks away. And then she turns to Cadet Mirror, who's the main character. Caleb Mirror is the main character, right? And she turns to him and says, Klingon French fusion was the cuisine I did not know that I needed. She wanted something legs and crumpach sauce or something like that, which is a Klingon dish. And, But Gina is so fantastic because she actually researched. She did her research on Klingons and Jem'Hadar by specifically watching a bunch of DS9. Yeah, and she was like, yeah, it was, and she's really fucking into it. Like, and corrects them when they make mistakes in the writing. Yeah. Oh yeah. So anybody who says that the writers and actors on Starfleet Academy don't know Star Trek and don't love Star Trek, please fuck yourself dead. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've been watching this fucking show for 43 years, and I can tell you right now, they absolutely know what the fuck they're talking about. There has never been a show that understands Star Trek more than this one in the modern era. If you don't like it, fine, but don't say they don't like. Don't say that they don't know or love Star Trek. Alex Kurtzman actually convened a group of writers who have all written for Star Trek for many, many years, referred to as the Brain Trust, so that they can pore over the series Bible and make sure that they don't make mistakes on canon. The only way that this and the only way that this show is going to fail is if Nazi bootlicker David Ellison and his father Larry cancel it for being too woke. In which case, all of Star Trek is done. I mean, Star Trek's been woke since 1965. And you say, but Mac, it premiered September 8th, 1966. Shut your filthy whore mouth. The Cage was made in 1964 and shown to executives, was filmed in 1964 and shown to executives at NBC in 1965. Ah, shit. Hold on, I gotta revive. Why is it not working? What do I need to do? Son of a bitch. Click. Click. Oh, I didn't have enough stamina. That was the problem. And I apologize to anybody who may have been offended by that, but also, you know, too bad. All that Star Trek talk. But, we'll get the band back together. Yeah, the cinematography is really nice, and they really get it. And the last episode was a surefire winner because it was all about Klingons, who had been conspicuously absent since Discovery made the jump to the 32nd century. Like, everybody was like, "Well, what happened to the Klingons after the burn?" And it's like, well, now you know. They're in. Oh, yeah. Well, the new Klingons are definitely like, whew. I was sweating a little bit. Look at. Yep. Just saying, it's a whole ass thing. Not a half-ass thing, but a whole ass thing. Yeah, I mean, Klingons got like Jaden Krog, the major character of the series, has blue eyes and dreadlocks. Yeah, very striking appearance. It's like, and people keep bitching about this, and I'm like, how many different varieties of humans are there on this planet? How many different appearances, alleles, ethnicities, tribes, if you will? And you don't think that there's an equally diverse number of Klingons that, oh, well, they don't look like they did on The Next Generation. Right, well, The Next Generation ones didn't look like they did in Star Trek The Motion Picture, and those Klingons didn't look like the original series Klingons, so what's your fucking point? And then, if you actually watch the pilot episode, The Vulcan Hello of Star Trek Discovery, when they show all the Klingons gathered on the holo communicator when T'Kuvma is trying to start the war, right? You know, there's like 12. He shows representatives of the 24 houses of Klingons, and it turns out that a lot of them have different appearances and ethnicities within the Klingon genome as well. Like, if you actually look at the 24 holograms assembled there, they all look different. Oh, where? That would be interesting. I'm trying to get to you guys. Hold on. Here we go. The most damning thing against what they did in Enterprise with the augment... Oh, he got back up. With the augment virus, yeah, to explain why Klingons had flat foreheads in the original series. The most damning proof against that actually happening and that Enterprise was all just a holodeck recreation that Riker was experiencing thanks to the series finale. Um, that was all like wrong. um, was the fact that Kor, Kang, and Koloth, the three original on-screen Klingons from the original series, played by their original actors, came back in 1993 or 92 or whenever it was, 92, 93, in the second season episode Blood Oath, and they had magnificent forehead crests with ridiculous hair. Oh, well, they might have had cosmetic. Stop trying to overanalyze it. It's because they always looked that way. Gene Roddenberry has fucking self said so. You just didn't have enough imagination to see it. That's what he said. And if the great bird of the galaxy himself said it, then it must be true. Just assume they always looked that way, is almost verbatim what he said. Well, yeah, that's the derp. Okay, that's the derp Hollywood answer, of course. But what Gene Roddenberry said was, had we had the budget, we would have made the Klingons look magnificent. We would have given them rubber heads right from the start. And there's a story about how when John Colicos was playing the first Klingon, Kor, in Errand of Mercy, he got together with Bill Tice, the costumer, and Fred Phillips, the makeup artist, and designed the best look. He said, "I want to be draped in gold," in his best pre-Count Baltar voice. I want to be adorned in gold and look like the warrior, the warrior tribes of old. And I want to appear regal as Genghis Khan. And so that's exactly what they did. Mm-hmm. Headed the right way? All right. This is the Earth. That is round. Round. I'm sure my rant over Star Trek wasn't. Yeah, somebody was complaining. They said I'm annoyed that they made Klingons all black, and I was like, you know, the leader of the current Klingons is played by a white actor, right? There was like dead silence in response. I was like, you mean to tell me that David Warner and Christopher Plummer were also black? There was a minute on Star Trek: The Next Generation where most Klingons were played by black actors to try to give more opportunity where opportunity was not like rushing to the front to present itself. So you had great actors like Tony Todd, who played Worf's brother Kurn, and Michael Dorn himself, of course, and but like even the Duras sisters were not played by black actors. Well, at least he didn't get back up with full health. All right, let me give you the love spray there. You're getting kind of whacked. You're kind of getting whacked there. Riker's still standing by the door. I don't think he's come back yet. He also AFK'd. All right. Whoop. Hold on. I got it. There you go. I wanted to give you more health before you rushed into the fray again. Right, but you got out of range. I had coffee in one hand and was trying to activate the controls with the other. All right. Here, I got choke out vines. Whoa. All right. I'm hitting him with everything I got. For some reason that didn't go. Yep. Alright, stay close everybody, that way you get the benefit of the healing patch. I will shoot every once in a while, but a bunch of these are toggles, so... Oh well. So much for defund the police. There's a big area over here. Well, this is back to the beginning, so... Never mind. Wait, is there an area over here? Nope. Never mind. It's all fine. Everything's fine. He's like, how can you walk outside without a spacesuit? Because I'm Kionian, bitch. I'm like, I don't know, but this is pretty much the same level of potty mouth that I spoke at 17, so... Yeah, you know, I'm just saying that being an inarticulate basic bitch was kind of stock and trade for being 17. Oh, you're getting whacked. Where are you? Ah, there it is. Please don't die. I did the honorable thing. I shot him in the back. But that doesn't sound very honorable. There's nothing in war, Doctor. There's nothing more honorable than victory. Sometimes Klingon warships will hang around powered down inside the debris and strike when the enemy passes. That doesn't sound very honorable. Alright, well, let's choke out the first group. Yeah, that's a line from The Way of the Warrior, the Season 4 Deep Space Nine opener. Ah, shit, I'm dead. You might want to run. You're getting followers. Fuck off doesn't mean go away, it means fuck off! I'll let you guys peel off some of this group so that way I don't leave. I can't remember what season it was in, but I think it was in season 7 of Next Generation. But there's a sequence to where Riker's about to go off to do something, and Worf says something along the lines of, "You could order me not to go with you," he says. But he talks about Klingon honor, and he says, "A warrior does not let a friend go into battle alone." And then Jaden Krog says the same line again in Star Trek, in Starfleet Academy. So, like the nods and references to the over 1,000 hours of Star Trek that's out there are plentiful in this show. All right, so I don't know how you guys are gonna peel them off, but yep. All right, up. Hopefully it's manageable. You went to 5 guys without me? No. How could you? God damn. Too bad we don't have a teleport. I mean, I have a nominal teleport with this character, but... But yeah, it's just a fun show. It's just a fun show, and they actually got some really good actors with some fresh faces, and it's just, I don't know, I like it. I describe the show as fun and cute. and there's this insufferable group of Star Trek fans that want to be dreadfully serious all the time. And they're like, "Oh, Lower Decks isn't canon. It's ridiculous." And I'm like, "Come on." I mean, how can you not take a show seriously that finally describes to us the fate of Nick Locarno? And has Robert Duncan McNeil voice him? I guess. Yeah, if we could just clear a space, then I can get up and then recover. Yeah. This is the way. Go right... Jump right in from Star Trek to Star Wars. You want to talk about toxic fandom? Well, just remember, nobody hates Star Wars as much as its fans. Be quick about it! Yep, I can see this swiper over here menacing him with his blade. Alright, let me hit the rest button. But yeah, just a lot of fun stuff, and I was, like I said, I was a little skeptical at first because the advertising was somewhat inadequate for this show. But they seem to be committed to it though, because like it's blowing up all over social media. Because what happened was, you know, the more conservative elements of fandom, if you can call it that, were ratings bombing it, and it had like a 24% Tomatometer rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and the show hadn't even premiered yet. And it's like, you guys need to lock down this rating system so that people cannot rate a show before the first episode has aired. Except for the critics who've seen the first 6 episodes. And the critics rated it 90%. Like, next to Strange New Worlds, it's the highest rated Star Trek show on IMDb. Strange New Worlds debuted with a 98% fresh rating from the critics. And he got back up. All right. Well, that was definitely the one, because the counselor came running as soon as we took him out again. All right. Well, I'll stand back here and you lure them, and when they run past, they'll get choked out. Easy. Oh. What? He ran around my vines, that son of a bitch. Ah. Let's just make sure nobody gets up again, and... Oh! Son of a bitch. Yep. Here, I'll use my sniper shot to try to get this champion swiper. Alright, he might get back up again. Done. Oh, you're going for it? Okay, because two guys are back. We've got a split in the group now. Yep. Hold, please. At least they don't get back up with full health. Oh. Now, here's another question for you, Mist. Are you a fan of the CW superhero shows like the Arrowverse? Green Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, all that. Okay. Because a lot of people have compared Starfleet Academy's writing to the CW. Superman and Lois was pretty spectacular. That was the one that did the whole. That was the one that really brought together the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths, and so of course. They got to Brandon Routh got to be redeemed as Superman, which was quite nice. Well, yeah. I'm having trouble getting caught up on that, the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. Yeah, Cameron originally said that there was going to be 5 movies, but now there might be 6 or 7. Yeah, but you see, James Cameron does not make films where you don't know what's going to happen. Okay, James Cameron makes films that make you feel a certain kind of way, and the films definitely succeed at that. Well, you know, of course, the funny wisecrack about Titanic is that Trump once opined that he thought that James Cameron was a hack because he didn't think the boat should have sank at the end. And it's like, never mind. Nothing in here. There's... yes. Choke these bitches out. Am I being held? And we're out. Bah! I can't, hold on, you're clipping out. Your voice is clipping out. What? Oh, man. Oh. Yes! This is it! This is the sign! And you get to capture it on live. So this means that you have to save. This means you have to save this episode and upload it to YouTube. It only took 12 years. Oh shit! You should have. You know, you guys should have just let me put down an Ouroboros teleporter. Yeah, I know, but I could have teleported us right to Atlas. Okay, well, when we get done with the Kerner and his crew. Well, then it was worth it. Should be a hoot. I give it at least. Kerning matters. It's the difference between it's the difference between therapist and the Oh, and it's in the Agrossi Industrial Park too, so that's even better. Yeah, we gotta watch their spacing. No, it's a fifth column mission. No, it's council. They just showed the fifth column flag on the loading screen. That was weird. I gotta think about this for a second. We gotta make sure that they aren't allowed to fill in all the negative space. Oh shit! Joking. Choking all these fucks. Good shit. Ah, fuck. I shot one of them with a sniper rifle. Dude just ran past you there. He cleaved him in twain! So, was it like the boss and lieutenant's names were all graphic design puns? Oh, God. Alright. Make sure you watch for it. Because I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer would you be mine, honey, honey. Gag and choke, choke, do 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 do. That, you gotta admit, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. I mean, since we're going for the puns tonight, where did y'all go? Hold on, wait for me. God damn it. I think I found it. Where the fuck am I going? I'm working on it. God damn it. There it is. I give him 2 pikas. It's all about having the right pixel ratio. You guys, son of a bitch! How did you get into my impenetrable fortress? The door was open. Son of a bitch! That's from Resident Alien, isn't it? I think that's from Resident Alien. Well, I mean, it's Alan Tudyk, for Christ's sake. Wash from Firefly? Any shows with Alan Tudyk? Ah, shit, I just got map served. Hello? I got map served. Oh, here we go. Yeah, well, no, I got completely, like, internet severed for a second there because I couldn't hear you guys at all for, like, 10 seconds. Yeah. Well, apparently you are, because your hit points are going up. Okay. Let me hold you. Feel the chilled embrace of my plants. Be sure not to kiss me on the lips, they're poison. That's right. The world will be better off with one less corporate CEO. I have to say that the Lake Bell version of her in Harley Quinn is much fucking funnier. Well, I just like the fact that Lake Bell plays her, and this is like Lake Bell's signature, is she plays her like she's a baddie, but she's also a little insecure. Yeah. But I'm not a psycho. Except when she outright unalives corporate CEOs. Let me strangle the doors. Isn't there a badge for blowing up prison doors? Well, all that fuck is this called again? Patrol XP has been paying off. Alright, don't want to be too close to the door when it blows. We don't actually have to get out of here. This is just jail. Yeah. So I'm going to go back to that corridor that I originally erroneously was going to go down when you told me to go the other way. Because I think that's... I'm disappointed by the lack of graphic design puns as of yet. Get these space krauts. Follow it up. Yeah. Well, also apologies to our German listeners. I might start saving Blue Mondays episodes again. We'll see. We've had some pretty funny stuff lately. Got guys over here. Of course, if we take out this room, then the mission's over, technically, right? Oh. Right, but that's, no, that NPC, the Kerner, man, this is awesome, I don't get out enough. Oh. Klaatu barata nictus. Oh, there he is. Well, that's a bummer. Everybody was. Not really. They're choking on my vines. What time is it? We can do one more. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand with my vine. Later, Riker. Thanks for playing. Maybe there'll be more graphic design jokes. I mean, as we do. We could always look up online his entire dialogue tree. Oh, you're in the mission map already. I'm over here being derp. So you're like this gigantic cow, and I'm this tiny witch. Yeah. Paper. There might be a way to adjust to mess with the sliders in icon. You need to take her to icon and futz with the sliders and see if you can actually adjust her ratios. Well, you know. You definitely are the beef with being a cow. And this bitch got back up. Here. There you go. There, I hit everybody with my big bang. I don't know. Is it like on the catwalk above us? No. Where did you go? I lost you. Okay. Yeah, but I was trying to figure out who hit you with the Tesla cage. Like, bro, I really need you to disintegrate. Yeah, we gotta make sure we get everybody because this is a defeat all mission. I think so. Alright, I'm just gonna grab this group over here. Boop. Huh? No, that was me groaning. You know. You're just gonna... Which side are you picking? This is the left. Yep. I'm ninja running. I am the 47th Hokage. There is nothing over here. Coming. I'm ready to infiltrate Area 51. Alright, try to gather them up a little tighter so that way my vines will get them all. And there's more coming from around the corner, so be careful. That guy might get up again. Oh, and we got a scientist. And Dickhead's getting back up again. There's one way over there. I'm going to sniper shot him. Shot his ass down. I see him. Fake news. Alternative facts. Which likes exploring nooks and crannies and having her nooks and crannies explored. What? What? It's like, who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. All right. Nope, this is the way we came from. Gotta watch the arrows. Like Brad Larson. Yep, I've decided to take on the whole damn Rev army, so... These guys are all shroomed. Yep. I think that was quite effective. Well, you know, you decided to be clever there. It's better to look smarter than look. It's better to be smarter than you look than look smarter than you are. Now do pay attention, 007. By the way, when John Cleese took over as Q, that was one of his first lines of dialogue with James Bond, was that he says, well, Q, you're definitely smarter than you look, and he says it's better than looking smarter than you are. Yeah, John Cleese played him quite mean. And I'm dead. It's because of that asshole who was shooting me from afar. I do have a wake, so if you're able to clear the... It's not a giant group if you take it slow and pay attention. I just wasn't looking. It's my bad. Yeah. Well, I had a bunch of break freeze, so let me snipe this dude up here and see if he'll come down. And now we got 4 of them, so I'm backing up a bit. Yep. Shit, I'm stunned. Yeah, I hadn't fully recovered yet. I didn't realize I was going to get that many of them. This dumb butt got up again. Gina Yashere, that's who plays Lurothok. I need... If you can dump some small greens on me that I can make into... I need one more. There we go. That's enough. Alright. This time I will actually hit the rest button. We were doing good. We were doing good. It just... I got a little ahead of myself there. Kind of Leroy Jenkins'd it. Although I was trying to employ strategy. Not just, you know, rush in where angels fear to tread. Alright. I think we should be able to... There's one more dude up there. Let me, sniper shot his ass. I just had to get a clear shot of the top of his head. Yep, he took half his health. Now, here he comes. Take that, you mutate son of a bitch! And he collapsed. Alright. I am going to go for this group in the corner here. There's 5 of them, so... Working on it. There, I hit a bunch of stuff. I hit him with a metric ton of debuffs. Hang on, I'm slotting. One second, I'm slotting. I had a few things that I could put in there. Huh, okay. Alright, turn that off. You think we can take all 7 of them? Ah! I got clocked. Okay, that was effective. As opposed to being defective. Oh, there's a scientist. I shot him in the face. Ah! Yep. Well, it is a kill all, so. Throw down with the hoedown. Fire everything we've got. To the other side. I was thinking exactly that. Oh, hi, Mark. Hit him. Why didn't anybody tell me my ass was so big? This is an unregistered wall. That's it. All right. All right. Well, tomorrow, of course, on the MS Presents channel, we have more Final Fantasy 14 with me. Hold on a second here. What the fuck am I doing? I got to switch to my. Got to switch to my talkie thing here. Let me quit the desktop. And switch to OBS. All right. First, put a light on my face. All right, so me and Petty Fan will have some Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow on the MS Presents channel. MS_Presents is our channel name on Twitch. And then on Wednesday, of course, on the MS Presents channel, we will have more Moonhawk Studios Presents. And that'll be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time and 9 p.m. Mountain Time, respectively. So 5 and 8 Pacific. Yep. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. Indeed. Of course. And I'm Mac Paladin. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.